Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea and today we are picking up and finishing off our Mothership series. Yes, I said finishing off because today we're going to be looking at the beautiful Midnight Sun Mothership 6. And I've actually already reviewed and done tutorials on Mothership 7 and 8. So I'm gonna link them down below in this video with my Mothership series playlist so you can watch those videos. So the next Pat McGrath video you see from me is gonna be my ranking. Cannot wait. So as with all the other videos, we're going to be talking about this palette. I'll show you a very quick tutorial as to how we achieve this eye look, and then we'll be done. But before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend some time with me. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe to my channel and join the Glam Girl Squad. And if you are a returning subscriber, well, thank you so much for deciding to come back and support my channel with all of your likes and your comments. They truly do mean a lot to me. So let's get into this video. The outfit of the day is very simple and like more loungy than anything. This top is old. It's from H&M. It's just a simple turtleneck ribbed shirt. But these leggings I did get from Nordstrom. Y'all, they're $12. Very comfy and stretchy. They are not maternity leggings. They're high-waisted leggings, so they work well for me going over my belly, but they also are just great long. I love leggings that come all the way down to my ankle. Nice long leggings, not see-through at all, and $12. Like, you cannot beat that. So truly enjoying this comfy outfit I have on today. Mothership 6 Midnight Sun. So this was my first purchased Mothership palette. So my first Mothership palette of all time was Bronze Seduction, but that was a gift. Midnight Sun was the first purchase that I made of the Mothership palettes. And I remember when this one came out, I was like, ooh, this one is really pretty. It's got the earthy tones in it. This would be a good one to purchase. I really like this palette, but I have to kind of, I guess, give somewhat of a spoiler alert. This palette was a little bit of a disappointment because this purple looks so royal. It looks so divine. And I was like, oh, that special formula with this purple shade, but it is a little lackluster for me. And I think with this palette that most of us may not be expecting, and it's not a bad thing with any palette, but it is, like I said, just a little bit of a disappointment considering Mother's special formula, is that this palette has more buildable shades than I feel any of the other Mothership palettes. So here is that purple shade on the back of my hand, and it is so stunning. I mean, it's beautiful, but I was expecting like blitz and glam and in your face like some of her other Blitz Astral shades. So this shade right here is called Blitz Violet Orchid. And even though it's the Blitz formula based on the name of the eyeshadow, I do feel like the formula is different than some other of her Blitz formulated shadows. But like I said, it doesn't mean that this palette is no way, shape, or form bad, like horrible. Like, it's still a gorgeous palette. I still obviously use this palette, but I just wanted a little bit more from that particular shade. Now, one of my like favorite shades just kind of across the board from Pat McGrath is this shade right here, Astral Solstice. Y'all, this one is so pretty, and this is the one that I have on my inner corner. So I'm going to insert a clip of me creating this eye tutorial as I'm talking. Astral Solstice, can we just take a moment to reverence in her beauty? So what I'm gonna do is gonna actually put a little on my face. This is such a gorgeous highlighter. I don't have on like additional highlighter other than some like glowy base products that I used before, but I'm like, this looks beautiful as a highlighter on the face. Inner corner highlight, like, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Another shade that I really enjoy that I didn't use in this particular eye tutorial is this green shade right here, Wicked Envy. I think it is the perfect like earthy green type of color. It's one of her shimmer formulas, and it is so beautiful. I love the shifts of green and gold in this one, and I think it's just stunning. So like I said, this palette is totally not a dud at all, but it was, if I could say, it was the first Mothership palette that made me go like, oh, I didn't really get everything I expected from this palette. So I think this palette is one that is blendable and buildable, and which is not something we always get from the Mothership palette in terms of buildability with some of these shimmers. Blendable, yes. Buildability, not always, because those Blitz Astral shades usually just come right out the gate, just in your face, giving it to you. Blitz Violet Orchid is going to be one that's blendable. So that would be my only qualm about this palette in terms of just formulation, but everything else I think is just really beautiful. And I really love how this eye look came out. It's very simple, but it also kind of is in your face, adds some glam. You see the sparkle, you see the shine, you see those astral shades just coming through and saying hello. But it's also not overly done. Like, I would wear this eye look to work if I had to go into work. It's not so overly done, but it can be worn to a variety of places. And I feel like with Mothership 6, you're getting that as well. You're getting these earthy tones that can be used for everyday looks. You can use them also to amp up a look. And I also feel like along with Sublime, it's not one of her intimidating Mothership palettes. I feel like if you're more of like a neutral wearer, you can look at this palette and see the types of looks that you can get and be like, okay, I can see myself using it and not be intimidated by it because it doesn't look too out of your comfort zone. I also like with this particular palette that she did incorporate this cool tone brown, because if you do like cooler tones, granted this whole palette is not screaming cool toned, but I like the combination of cool tones and warm tones within this palette. I would say this particular shade right here, Astral Solstice, is also more of a cooler tone, as you can see on the cheeks. It's just more of a cooler tone, but it's not so cool that I can't combine and work with the other warmer tones in the palette. So I think this one is a beautiful one. I definitely don't think that it's a miss at all. If I'm going for an earthy look or even more of like a simple look, I will say this. I was just saying today to somebody that when I first started getting my Mothership palettes, I used to feel like if I could not create just the most dramatic, the most like jaw-dropping look, I would not use my Mothership palettes. I know, crazy. Because I felt like I gotta do them justice. If I don't just, you know, come out and create an eye look that fits the Pat McGrath description of the palette, like I'm not doing it justice. This palette, I will admit, was the first palette that made me go, I could create like a regular everyday look with this palette, and I actually feel like I'm doing the palette justice. Does that make sense? So I do think this is a really good, like, non-intimidating palette, and I think it's beautiful for that reason. Like, it's not going to intimidate you. It's going to give you a beautiful look. You still get all of the things that we love about Pat's formula. I love that there's 3 mattes in this palette, so you can, you know, create your depth and your base with eye looks if you're someone who loves to use mattes and then add your shimmer to it. So you're getting everything that you need with this particular palette, and it's gorgeous. It really is. It's just not my number one. That's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and like I said, my next Pat McGrath video will be my ranking video because I've already done a tutorial on Mothership 7 and 8, so I don't want to bore you all with another tutorial when I already have one. So I will go ahead and link those down below for you if you want to check those videos out. And that's it. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this eye look. Let me know your thoughts on Midnight Sun. Now, is this your favorite? Do you love this one? I know that this is some people's absolutely favorite palette. And I can see why. I really can see why. So I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.